A ground stop due to afternoon storms caused major headaches for passengers traveling out of Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta today. That and FAA flight restrictions and reductions contributed to the more than 500 flights delayed there. Let's get out to Fox 5's Annie Mapp, who's live at the airport with details. Now, I know it might be empty behind you, but a lot of that headache is happening on the other side of security. Annie?
Yeah, Eric, it's definitely been chaotic here. That ground stop happened just right before 3 this afternoon and lasted about an hour. And as you mentioned, it did contribute to the hundreds of flights that have been affected here today. What we don't know is which flights were affected due to weather and which were due to the FAA's flight reduction order. Now, as of for this evening, 536 flights had been delayed, with 133 canceled here at Hartsfield Jackson. That's in comparison to the 87 flights canceled Friday and 522 delayed. Now, most of the flights affected here today are Delta flights, with 383 of those delayed and 72 canceled. Again, these numbers being reported following the Federal Aviation Administration's recent announcement that air traffic will be reduced by 10% across the country's major airports. Now, this to help with operations due to staffing shortages faced by the government shutdown, as unpaid workers have been missing work. We spoke to one traveler who shares his flight to Florida was delayed more than 6 hours.
Somebody's not getting paid. I don't mind the small inconvenience that I have, 5 hours, 10 hours, 2 days, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that people are depending on a paycheck. The people can be homeless overnight, and you really don't want that. So a little inconvenience, I can deal with that.
And right now, as you can see, security checkpoint lines aren't looking too bad, but travelers are still being asked to get to the airport early in case of potential slowdowns. For now, reporting live at the airport, Annie Mapp, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, Annie, just before you go, this is happening all across the country. I have a friend in California. They canceled his flight for Monday on Friday. Other people just trying to get to where they want to go. We'll check back with you later tonight. All right, well, our other big story, the battle over SNAP funding has hit another roadblock. Overnight, the Supreme Court granted the Trump administration's appeal to temporarily block an order to fully fund SNAP payments. Thursday, a judge gave the administration until Friday to make those payments, but the Supreme Court says the First Circuit Court needs time to review the order. Nearly 42 million Americans, including 1.4 million Georgians, rely on SNAP benefits to buy groceries each month. We've reached out to Georgia officials to ask for any clarity there. And with the government shutdown and uncertainty of when SNAP benefits will be fully restored, a church here in Atlanta ramped up its efforts to feed those in need. Fox 5's Kim Loeffler talked with those who were able to receive the free food. They're calling it a blessing.
The church plans to feed about 5 times as many people as they normally do through this food drive Saturday. And church leaders say the goal is to provide some hope in a time of uncertainty.
Chicken on the way, my girl.
At Elizabeth Baptist Church Saturday, the line of cars stretched as far as the eye could see. Each family receiving a week's worth of food.
And I think this is a blessing.
Daphne Greer is one of over 1 million people in Georgia who receive SNAP benefits. She says getting this food gives her peace of mind as she waits for payments to be fully restored.
They give me peace. I can wake up and I got a meal to eat.
This is just one of 4 locations hosting this food drive. The church partnered with World Vision to make this possible and plans to feed about 5,000 people.
In light of what is happening right now in our world, and especially as it relates to our economy and the government having been shut down, we decided that if there's ever a time that the church must not just have church but be the church, it is certainly during this particular time. The impact from a financial perspective is real, and not just a financial perspective, but just based upon the sheer numbers of people that we're serving, even food insecurity is real.
For many here, the cost of food is stretching their budgets thin.
What I used to pay for $50 is now like $100 or more.
And Pastor Oliver hopes everyone who got food Saturday leaves with more than just their next meal, but also with faith and optimism about what's next. He says they also are expanding their food pantry hours during this time to continue to support anyone in need.
My message is a message of hope. It is a message of faith. It is a message even to those that it is our time to step up.
We'll have more information about additional ways to get free food through the church here posted for you on our website, fox5atlanta.com. In Atlanta, Kim Loeffler, Fox 5 News.
All right, Kim, thanks so much. And if you or your family, you're in need during this shutdown, you need some support, we have a list of resources on our website. We invite you to head to fox5atlanta.com. All right, some other big stories we are following. New at 6, Atlanta police have arrested rapper Rod Wave on drug and weapons charges. Jail records show the 26-year-old, whose real name is Verdarius Green, was booked into the Fulton County Jail yesterday. Fox 5 has reached out to APD for more information about what led to the rapper's arrest. Green has had several previous arrests, including one earlier this year in Fulton County. Let's take you to DeKalb County, where a woman is behind bars accused of shooting a man after some sort of domestic dispute. We're told this happened around 8 last night at a home on Tree Hills Parkway. Police say the woman and a man got into some sort of a fight, which then led to the shooting. Medics rushed the victim to the hospital. We're told he's in critical condition. 32-year-old Jemiah Salalite faces aggravated assault charges. She's behind bars in DeKalb County. Another domestic dispute ending with a stabbing, this in Northwest Atlanta. Police say a woman is in custody after it happened earlier this morning at an apartment on Peachtree Street. Police say the man hit the woman ran, and then when he started chasing after her, she stabbed him. The man, was taken to Grady Hospital. Loved ones came together last night to honor a man who police say was killed by his own father. That happened last Thursday in a condo complex on Far Road in Buckhead. Investigators say Durante Tolliver showed up to the complex to break up an argument between his son and the son's girlfriend. Police say they were already outside responding to that dispute when they say they heard the gunfire and found Durante Schofield dead. Those who knew the 32-year-old came together in Decatur to remember him.
I hate that this happened and that he was gone too soon to see how many people really loved him.
He was a great father. He was a hard-working person.
On top of murder charges, Tolliver also faces charges of aggravated assault and gun charges. 1 in 8 Americans who rely on SNAP are feeling uncertain due to the government shutdown. Many are wondering just how they're going to feed their family, especially as we approach the holidays. Fox 5's Larry Spruill is live in DeKalb County. Larry, you talked to a grandmother. You know, we hear so much, but this really puts a face with the story.
Yeah, Eric, she needs SNAP to feed her family and her grandchildren. She lives here in DeKalb County, and she recently lost her son, so now she has to feed her grandson as well. Now, this is one of many stories that we have been reporting on when it comes to the government shutdown. It's been a roller coaster ride for those who are wondering if they will have SNAP benefits. This week, the Supreme Court granted the Trump administration an emergency appeal to temporarily block a court to fully fund SNAP food and payments to amid the government shutdown. Now, Chandra Duncan tells me things are tight now that she has an extra mouth to feed.
It's terrifying. I'm really scared as what the next couple of weeks or months are gonna be like for us. And then the prices on food is steady going up.
And she tells me that's also affecting plans for Thanksgiving dinner. I did ask her how would she provide for her family this upcoming holiday. I'm working on that part of the story, all new tonight at 10. We are live in DeKalb County tonight. I'm Larry Spruill, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, you make a good point. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Many people want to be thankful on that day. Larry, we'll see you tonight at 10. All right.